Hello and welcome to another video with me, Wonder and Drake, with another video of Weekly Andrew, in which this week, anime-wise, I'm not actually going to be talking about the one anime I was kind of thinking I was going to be talking about this week, which honestly kind of nice considering means I can push things back 1 week, which I think should basically take it to where my current plan for things this season when it comes to anime will line up perfectly with the end of the season basically. So yeah, this week I'm going to be talking about Goddess Café Terrace, second season, Megami no Café, yeah. Second season of this, which the amount of girls in this has doubled with the arrival of their rivals and stuff. Though that whole thing has already been settled at this point and dealt with, and those 5 girls are clearly just side characters, not a part of Hayato's romance options, unless one of them ends up being a romance option possibly. May happen. But, yeah. Episode 8 here, I only just realized that all 5 of these girls' grandmothers didn't win. Some random girl that showed up after all of them ended up getting with Hayato's grandfather. I only just realized with this episode this week. So yeah, I guess the question now is Hayato going to follow in his grandfather's footsteps if a 6th girl shows up near the end, or I guess one of the other 5 ends up becoming a romance option for him or something? Or will he actually pick one of the main 5 girls, or preferably all of them so they can all be happy? Yeah, but for the most part when it comes to this season, I think it's mostly just developing the girls more, getting to see the grandmothers as well, I guess. Considering I think we've seen 3 of them at this point this season. 2 more to go, with 4 episodes left, I think, in the season at least. But, yeah, I honestly really don't have all that much to say, considering it's, for the most part, still the same as the first season. Not anything really different besides the introduction of the other 5 girls, which really haven't added all that much, to be honest. Considering they're kind of copies of the first 5. With their own little quirks added. But yeah, I guess that's enough for that anime there. So I guess I'll move on to my next thing here, which I guess is Spice and Wolf here, though I'm not actually going to be talking about the anime itself. I'm going to be doing that another week. But yeah, I genuinely wish I could support the anime in some way to try and at least help make sure it actually gets a full adaptation this time around. And kind of did some research on things, considering I've never really bought anime or any kind of merchandise before. And yeah, the official site for the anime, of course everything's in Japanese, so I gotta use Google Translate to translate stuff. But apparently in Japan, the anime is being sold in volumes, which I guess kind of makes sense considering light novel volumes. The episodes line up perfectly and everything with how they're selling it, I guess. But yeah, that means this entire season is going to end up getting sold in 4 different volumes, each of which is 16,500 yen, which is basically like $114. So it's going to be nearly like $450 for the entire season, in Japan at least. And I'm just going to take a guess that those kind of prices are normal in Japan, because that is kind of ridiculous. And also what research I kind of did on things when it comes to stuff. From what I can tell, for the most part, entire season of an anime is a kind of around $50 here in the US, give or take like $20, considering I've seen things go as low as $30 all the way up to $70 and possibly even $80. So around 50, which is honestly a bargain if you compare it to the price of what's apparently being stuff's being sold for in Japan, apparently. But yeah, I think the only really way I could really buy this stuff, at least where I am, is just buying it from Crunchyroll, considering there isn't exactly places that you physical stores or anything that I could go to, I think, to buy stuff, considering I know there used to be a place that sold stuff, considering I got a decent amount of Dragon Ball discs. Towers of Dragon Ball Z even, and GT, I guess. But that was back before I even knew what anime was. So I don't really count those as anime, to be honest. But yeah, that place that sold those closed down well over 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure at this point. So yeah, no idea exactly where I could get it besides just buying stuff off Crunchyroll or whatever they get the stuff, which is going to be at the very least at the end of the year when that happens, considering that's when the 4th volume is going to be sold in Japan at least. So yeah, it's going to take quite a while before that happens, I guess. But one thing I'm kind of wondering when it comes to this stuff is, what do you buy in anime? Is it subbed or dubbed, or do you get both? I'm just going to take a guess that it's just a dub. Which, yeah, I much prefer subs over dubs. Though Spice and Wolf at the very least has good dub, I know that much. So it's not that much of a problem, I guess, but still. But, yeah. I guess moving on to the other thing I have now, which is once again Azur Lane, for another week here. Yeah, I got all the event ships for this event currently. But currently looking at the call to arms that's also going along with this stuff with the avatar frame. I'm going to need to get Indiana, Pittsburgh, Herring, and Bell fully limit broken, because the only other way to get the points needed for the avatar frame, besides obtaining those ships and getting them fully limit broken, is to basically do a bit of grinding with Pacific ships, which I only have 2 of the 6 of, because the other 4 were added after I quit the game years ago. So I only have Enterprise and Nagato. I was able to get stuff for Enterprise done because I don't have Nagato fully limits broken. I could exchange Herring or Bell with Nagato, but it's easier to just do Herring or Bell, so there's really no need in fully limits breaking Nagato, I guess. But yeah, either way, I'm going to need to get Indiana and Pittsburgh a few more times, or I'm going to have to try and get more of the Bullens so I can limit break them. Which I think I'm actually just one short currency of being able to actually do that, but that's what basically require using all of them that I currently have. Which I honestly would rather not do, because I'd rather use them for other ships at the very least, but yeah. But there is also the fact that I do realize I don't actually need to get the avatar frame, considering the event will eventually get a rerun at some point in a few years. Yeah, I think I'd rather just get it right now, instead of waiting years for a fucking rerun. But yeah, I don't think I really have all that much else to mention here. I guess I could talk about Age of History 2 currently, considering I did get an idea for what I'm doing for next series on there at this point. Byzantine Empire on the 1200 scenario, with rise on Mongols and stuff. Basically bringing the Byzantine Empire back for the most part, and try and restore Rome, I guess, and go on to conquer the entire world or something. But yeah, that's my idea for that. Yeah, figure out what else to do, considering really running out of ideas for stuff. I kind of have one idea of like playing as England possibly on 1200 or 1440 scenario. I'm not exactly sure. Nor I could possibly play as Korea, one of those scenarios. Really don't know, Considering I'm kind of thinking of like World War One and World War Two as well, considering those would be nice to do more series on, but I have kind of played as every single major country in those for the most part. Well, not as much for World War One, but definitely for World War Two. Only one that I haven't played is Soviet Union, because I honestly don't really want to play as Soviet Union just because fuck the Soviets. But yeah. Guess I could try and take a look at a World War One scenario or something. See if there's anything there that I could play as. Otherwise, I guess I could try and look at the alternate scenario, alternate history scenarios, like In the Name of the Tsar and stuff. Yeah. But, yeah. I guess that there is going to be the end of this video here. So, yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.